Hey, everybody, and welcome in. It's the Poor Man Fantasy Football League podcast. We're the fantasy football show that gives you a peek inside the life and times of our Dynasty League. I'm your host, Mike. With me, as always, is my good friend, Andrew. And it is Wednesday, not Tuesday. It's Tuesday, December 2nd, because I'm going to the Dave Chappelle show tomorrow. My wife got us tickets last minute. I'm very excited. And Andrew has been gracious enough to record with me the night before, a little early. So all that really means is we're missing out on all of the hot news and injuries that come up on Wednesday. Yeah.
So really nothing.
Really nothing. Meaningless. Anyways, we're going to have a look at week 13, take a look at week 14. Playoffs are around the corner. Andrew, how you doing?
I'm all right. And yourself?
I'm good. I'm going to go out on a limb and say you're doing better than you're saying, because you had a good fantasy football weekend.
I went 2 for 2.
Okay.
In the leagues that I'm not going to make the playoffs, I'm winning. In the leagues that I'm going to make the playoffs, I'm losing. So okay. I'm dropping like a rock. I might not make the playoffs in any of them.
Oh, okay. That's a bit of a burn. I'm sorry. I didn't realize that was the case. I was just excited for you getting a multitude of wins in Poor Man.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Football news. It is bye week. Ugh. Week 14 should not have buys, but here we are. Carolina.
Yeah, I always thought after Thanksgiving the buys were done.
It should be, but now that they have 18 weeks, I guess they're still pushing it.
I guess.
So Carolina, New England, the New York Giants, and San Francisco just happen to have some valuable players on them that are actually going to hurt me this week. Yeah. Not excited for not having Christian McCaffrey or Drake May or Trevion Henderson.
You could be in trouble this weekend.
Mm-hmm. There's a couple matchups that I am.
Why couldn't this be next weekend then?
When you and I face off?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. All right, well, in the only news I found that is somewhat relevant, wide receiver Adam Thielen asked for his release from the Vikings, which he got, and the Steelers picked him up off of waivers. I'm not sure
he gets the playoffs, but
maybe. I don't know if that's much of an upgrade.
The Steelers are going to will win the division.
Do you think? I don't know. You might want to go and double check, because everybody sucks in that division, and the Bengals brought back Joe Burrow.
So the standings for that division are...
What are those standings?
That can't be right.
Say it out loud. Let's see.
The Ravens are back in first place?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Wow.
How far out are the Bengals? 2 games or game and a half?
2 games.
2 games. And how many?
So the Ravens and the Steelers are both at 6-6.
Mm-hmm.
Bengals are 4-8, and the Browns are 3-9.
Okay, so we can count the Browns out.
Yes.
Not mathematically, but we can count them out. But the Bengals, crazy things happen, man.
Yeah.
Bark, bark, bark. Somebody doesn't like my my I don't know. What is it? My predictions of this particular division and how the Bengals actually have a shot at coming back. Yeah, they're not the powerhouses that they once were. Unfortunately, Pittsburgh, if they had a quarterback, I'm sure they'd be a lot better, which is not the case.
Yes.
And then I'm not sure what the deal with Lamar is, but he is unstartable right now.
Pretty much. This is where I still don't understand how that team is back in first place when they were in last. Yeah.
When they came back, they started winning games.
I guess.
You just need to get a win, whether you win by 1 point or 20, doesn't matter. A win's a win.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
All right. The injuries that I have to note here, Chargers quarterback Justin Herbert is going to have surgery on his non-throwing hand. He is questionable for this weekend. It'll come down to pain management, which is rough, to say the least. which kind of dampens the next bit of news is that Chargers running back Omarion Hampton is expected to play Monday night. So he's coming back from his high ankle sprain from a long time ago, only to potentially be without, or at best, a limited Justin Herbert.
But that's... Yeah.
Yeah. And because it's Monday night, I am not confident in trusting that he gets to play. So the two places that I own him, I am going to keep him on my bench and not trust that he plays.
I'm just trying to find... I have him in one league, but I'm just trying to find which league it's in. He is still listed as IR as of today.
They have until, is it Saturday or Sunday? One of those 2 days to remove him, or I think his window closes altogether.
And against Philadelphia, if I was the Chargers, because they're 2 games out of their... So they're 8-4. Colts are 8-4. Bills are 8-4.
They need a win.
So, well, not really, because you're going to have your divisions of the Patriots, Ravens, Jaguars, and Broncos.
Mm-hmm.
And then your 3 wild card teams right now are the Chargers, the Colts, and the Bills.
With who's knocking on the door though to take a spot if these guys slip?
7. They're both at 8. They're all at 8-4. Texans are 7-5, and then the Chiefs are 6-6.
Okay, so they could maybe lose one game, but that's still kind of a scary proposition if you want to make the playoffs.
Yes. So, but still, and who are they playing this week?
Philly.
Chargers. Yes, yeah, I would sit him one more week, especially if Herbert doesn't play.
Yeah, I wouldn't bring him back if Herbert's not playing. I'd let Kamani Vidal go and run and do his thing and see what happens.
Especially because I just picked him up in a league, and I want Vidal to have another week of running the damn ball.
All right.
But, I mean, that's still going to be a tough one from the perspective of who is the backup there in San Diego.
Not San Diego. It's Los Angeles.
And
it's Trey Lance.
Yeah.
Gross.
Because I think I have Herbert in one of the leagues too. Yikes.
Yeah. I was hoping Herbert was going to be my late game quarterback or my late season quarterback in my chop league. But no, he had to go.
Yeah, I have him in no fun. Wow, no fun. I got like 5 quarterbacks in no fun for some reason. Anyway, sorry.
That's okay. That is okay. I am. Oh, there we go.
You getting tired of being poked? Is that why you made your move in Simple Man?
Getting poked? You mean in Simple Man when Desire wanted to make a trade? He was tenacious, and the offers he was making were good offers.
Mike, you're not getting it.
Nope.
That just went right over your head.
It did, yeah.
You dropped Polk.
Polk. Okay, I got it now. Yeah. I've got Jalen Polk in too many places. I figure, you know what? I made this trade. I needed a running back this week because all mine are on bye. So I figure, you know what? I'll give you a third for Zach Ertz, and Zonovan Knight gives me a start and a potential flex play while Zach Ertz is still catching the football. Yeah, I'll take it. I didn't mind giving up a third for that. He originally offered a fourth. So, hey, you give me a fourth, I'll give you Zach Ertz. I'm thinking, okay, that's not a bad depth piece for a fourth. I'm willing to do that. It's like, but I really need a running back if you've got one for rent. And sure enough, he's like, hey, how about Zonovan Knight? I'm like, okay, cool. I'll take a guy playing against the Rams, the number 2 running defense in the league. At least it's not an empty spot. Take where you can get, right? Yeah, I got tired of being Jalen Polked, so I had to make room. All right. Yes. Now it's time to talk about the sleeper report. Sleeper report.
Preacher report.
Yes, this is where we find religion and we bring it into the fantasy football realm and preach the gospel. So the Week 13 sleeper report tells us that there was some interesting ongoings in our league. The best manager this week was our good friend Yoda Clown. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I needed every single one of them points.
He did. The worst manager this week was Marvin at 60%. My opponent. Thank heavens. The narrowest victory this week goes to Juan and Donnie. Juan beat Donnie by 5.98. So the closest match, but not a big difference. Highest score of the week goes to Slick at 138.46. Congratulations. All right, that puts this week's lowest score and poor man of the week at my opponent, Marvin. His first visit, I'm not sure if ever, but of this season for sure, at 80.04. But for that, Marvin, you get the sploosh. Gurgle, 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 gurgle. Oh, why didn't that go? Well, where is the bathroom? Where's the flushing? Let's try this again. There it is.
That could have led into so many more jokes.
You should have hit with it, man. You should have.
It was a delayed flush because he was wiping multiple times.
Oh, yeah.
Had to take an extra big poop. His score was so bad. But I've been there, so I won't poke.
Way to circle it back. It's pretty good. Getting into the comedy spirit. Okay, so here's last week's matchups. Mike versus Marvin, I came out on top. I did have a feeling because of the injuries that Marvin has sustained, not just to his players, but to his players' quarterbacks. So Garrett Wilson is useless and is injured now. Justin Jefferson is useless because he doesn't have a quarterback. Sadly, Amon St. Brown went out in the first couple minutes of that game, so he didn't get any points. And so his whole roster essentially imploded this week, but has kind of been doing that these last couple, which is why Marvin has fallen from the top down to the number 4 spot in our league ranking. Let me just confirm that to be true. He's sitting in third. He's 8-5, tied with Slick, who is also 8-5.
Points for.
Oh, wow. There's only a 2-point difference between the two of them.
There you go.
Wow. Okay, so, and they are not safe. So right now, I'm sitting at number 1 at 9-4. Juan is sitting at number 2 at 9-4. We have both secured our playoff spots. Regardless of what happens this week and next week, we're guaranteed a playoff spot. The only thing
so you should rest your players next week then.
Probably not going to happen. I'm still going to go and get those victories, or at least attempt to get those victories. You never know what could happen. But the matchups for Marvin at 3, Slick at 4 are kind of in jeopardy because Bryce, Gabriel, and Donnie and Josh are all sitting at 6 and 7. So those guys would have to win the next 2 matchups, and Marvin and Slick would have to lose the next 2 for there to be a shakeup. But it's possible. However unlikely, it is still possible. That said, let me go back to my notes here. Matchup 1, Mike versus Marvin. I won. The 3 of us, you, Josh, and I, we all selected me, so we all got a point. Matchup 2, Slick versus Josh. You and I picked Slick. Josh picked himself, understandably, but Slick came out on top, so you and I get a point. Donnie versus Juan. This was a close battle. It was the closest matchup of the week. Juan came out on top. Yoda Clown, you're the only one who got points there. Congratulations. Matchup 4, Yoda Clown versus Bryce. Bryce has been on a hot streak, but you upset him this week. Congratulations. You picked you, and we're the only one that got points there. And the last matchup, Shervin versus Gabriel, we all picked Gabriel. Gabriel did come out on top, so awesome. What I find super exciting is you went 5-0 this week and are now at 44-21. I'm at 42-23, and Josh fell 2-3 this week, even after coming back and missing last week. Otherwise, you guys might be in much closer race. He is sitting at 42-18. Well done.
How did that mathing isn't mathing?
It does. He missed.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. It does.
I use a spreadsheet to actually manage this for me, and I just drag the details over because I remember messing this up in years past. Yep. So let's look at this week's matchups, starting with matchup number 1, which is me versus. Come on. Update. There we go. Me versus Slick. Slick is currently in the playoffs. This kind of doesn't have playoff implications. If I win, Slick's probably still going to hold on to a spot. He'd have to lose 2 weeks in a row. If I lose, I still have a playoff spot, but it would solidify Slick's ability to stay in the playoffs. So here's where I'm rolling. I'm going Jared Goff, Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery, A.J. Brown, Michael Pittman, Trey McBride. I'm bringing in the rookie Devin Neal in my flex, Cortland Sutton, and Tyler Warren because, yeah, I don't have a lot to work with. I guess I could put Deebo Samuel up against Minnesota, who has been rock solid against pretty much everything. But that's really my only trustworthy option this week to flip, to pivot away from.
Yeah, you're in pretty tight.
Yeah.
And you're going up against Love, which is playing against Chicago, who is now the top team in that conference.
Oh, gross. Like, I hate Chicago. So, like, the team I hate the most in this division.
And then they're doing it by defense because their offense isn't a shiny new penny.
Nope. But they got the wins.
Yes. Warren, Judkins, Rice, CeeDee Lamb, Strange, Olave, Williams, who's still questionable, and the Donkey McConkey. But he also has Kareem Hunt on the bench, Travis Etienne on the bench, Chris Rodriguez on the bench, Keenan Allen on the bench, all at 9+ points projected. So if he did need to swap to somebody,
he's got options.
He's got lots of options. I'm sorry, but I got to go Slick.
That totally makes sense. He's got a good looking roster. I, on the other hand, will continue to select myself and believe in the heart of the players.
You believe you could fly.
Yeah, almost. All right.
Isn't that from Greatest American Hero?
Greatest American Hero?
TV show from the 80s?
I believe I Can Fly was from Space Jam. The Michael Jordan version. All right. Matchup 2 we got is Marvin versus Josh. If Josh wants a shot at the playoffs, he's got to get this win. Marvin needs to get this win to stay alive. Let's have a look. Marvin's bringing Joe Burrow, Josh Jacobs, Jonathan Taylor, Adonai Mitchell, Justin Jefferson, Mark Andrews, Rome Odunze, Kyle Monangai, DK Metcalf.
The mononucleosis guy still.
Yeah.
And then he's got nothing on his bench except for
hurt players or people on bye.
Yeah. So he's got his best suit on at 114. He's going up against a bye, Chris Brown or Chase Brown. What's his name? Chase Brown.
Chase Brown. Not Chris Brown. That's the guy who. We don't talk about him. Mm-hmm. So I guess he could have been an NFL player.
Yeah, Swift, Worthy, Flowers, a bye, Harvey, a bye, and Parkinson's disease.
So he needs a quarterback, a tight end, and a flex play.
He needs more than one flex play because that Parkinson is only worth 4 points. So he needs a quarterback. Aaron Rodgers is his only option
Oh, gross.
with the broken shoulder.
Josh Downs, Pat
Josh
Bryant.
Downs.
He's missing London and Higgins, both out with injury.
Njoku, maybe. Kincaid's out. Yeah. I don't think he has enough points to make up for the loss. So it's getting mighty cold in here, is who I'm going to be taking.
All right, Marvin. You got the nod for both of us this week.
Starvin Marvin.
All right. Matchup number 3, we got Donnie versus Gabriel. Both of these guys essentially going to cannibalize a win, knocking the other guy out of the playoffs. So this one's going to be a tough battle. Donnie's bringing Matt Stafford against Arizona, division rival. He's got Breece Hall, Javonte Williams, Puka Nacua, Troy Franklin, Mike Gesicki, Nico Collins, Bijan Robinson, and Brian Thomas Jr. Hey, is that guy healthy?
I have no idea.
Well, he caught 2 passes last weekend. Good for him.
Look at that little guy go.
Yeah. Let's see.
And he's got nothing on his bench. The best thing he's on his bench is Cedric Tillman.
Which is disgusting.
Yes. And he goes up against the guy nobody can figure out this year, Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, I'd pivot out of that one real quick.
Walker the third. Marks, who's questionable. Smith Najabigabigaba. Jamar Chase, Brock Bowers. Chikabuka. Marvin Harrison, who's still questionable. And Vidal.
I see why he's playing Lamar Jackson, though.
Yeah, Herbert is his only other quarterback. If he needed to pivot, maybe Tajay Spears, because they're going against Cleveland, which isn't a very good defense.
Devon Vele. Now that he's got a new home in New Orleans, he's actually getting work. Romeo Dobbs.
Yeah, Romeo Dobbs.
And Zach Ertz as a...
Mechie.
You think that Mechie guy in New York? I don't... Well, I guess he's getting lots of playing time.
Yeah, that's probably his only saving grace. And then maybe Zach Ertz. What's the gap there? 119 to 120. You know what? I am going to go Donnie.
You
week.
are? Okay. Well, I'm going Gabriel. Yep, I think Gabe's got it in him.
I don't trust Jackson to get 24 points.
I don't either. I'll give him 10.
So then that would swing Donnie into the lead. But you got to get Mike Gesicki out of there, Donnie. Oh my goodness! Get your Darren Waller in there, or Taylor, or even Ingram.
Yeah, you don't believe
Ingram event against Las Vegas, because Las Vegas is imploding right now. They're done for the year. I don't think they even compete anymore. Anyway, sorry. Donnie.
There you go. Got some recommendations. Okay, matchup 4. This is a good one because this is Yoda Clown versus Chervin. You just climbed out of the last place spot. Chervin's now holding that, but this game could swing it back into a tie.
Yes.
So, with that said, tell the people what you're bringing to the show.
I got Mahomes, Pacheco. Oh, Pacheco might be sitting on the bench again. Genty, Watson, McLaurin, Kate Otten, Cooper Kupp, Michael Wilson, Mason.
With what do you got for options, do you think, this week?
Not a whole lot.
No.
You
could go Dalton Schultz at at tight end if you needed
Yeah.
to.
Or Rashid Shaheed against Atlanta.
I'd actually go Marquise Brown over Rashid. And just
Do you
hope
think
that
Hollywood? You think Hollywood is going to have a
it's
game?
Houston. Maybe
Yeah.
not. Houston's a good defense.
Um. Yeah. I want to see how Pacheco does this week in practices and stuff. If he's going to actually do anything, if he's going to be.
Well, you don't really have another
This is
option.
why Hunt was up at 12 points and not down around 7 or 8, because they figure Pacheco's still not ready to go 100%. But I could go throw Mason up in Pacheco's spot.
Yeah.
Put him up, take out Pacheco and put in Schultz or Shaheed or even Brown, like you said, or Austin. They all should get more points than Pacheco. Because that put me up at 93, 94, 95, somewhere around there. He's at 86, but he's got Baker Mayfield, Barkley,
Blake Corum,
Devonta Moore or DJ Moore, Abai, Pitts, Williams, who might benefit with St. Brown being gone, but
Yeah.
I don't think he gets 13 points.
Well,
That's going to be a tough one.
He doesn't really have anybody extra on his bench to put into his flex spot. So tight end Oronde Gadsden maybe, but without Justin Herbert, he might not even be worth a start. And then
so he needs a wide receiver to move up to take out Jennings. And then
he's got Bucky Irving sitting on his bench.
Hey, be quiet. You don't have Bucky Irving. Bucky got hit by a bus. He's playing Winter Soldier.
Okay.
He's cosplaying. You can put in Tolbert. There you go. Tolbert's your man.
Yeah. Oh, you can play Tony Pollard. That's a starting running back.
Hey.
He's averaging 4 points a game.
You don't need to help him out any. Wes Shipley.
Okay.
Go Scattaboo. I hear he's going to have a great game.
I am going to pick you, though, this week.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Put in Tua as well.
Okay, last matchup. We got Bryce versus Juan. This is kind of an important deal. It's kind of a throwaway game for Juan. Doesn't need it to advance himself, but it is an important game for Bryce. So Bryce is bringing Josh Allen, James Cook, Devon Achane. Great start so far. Devontae Smith, George Pickens. Oh, he's got George Kittle in his tight end spots. Got to pivot. Kenny Gainwell. Then he's got Trevion Henderson in his flex spots. Got to change that out. Aaron Jones is probably not going to play this week or is going to be limited with a re-injured shoulder. Let's see. What has he got? Might have to play Zach Charbonnet, Tyler Algier, Yoshi Voss. Oh, my goodness. Those are some rough options to put in.
I wouldn't even trust Addison.
No, not without a quarterback.
Without a proper quarterback, yeah. And then he's really going up against Hurts, Abai, Henry, Alec Pierce, Shakir, Kelsey, Waddle, Adams, Myers. And then what's he got on his bench?
Oh,
Jerry Jeudy, who might have a decent game. And then Justin Ferguson to light up Detroit.
Okay, so he needs a running back because Dowdle's on bye. His only other running backs available are Rachaad White and Keaton Mitchell. So with Bucky he's back. Rachaad White might not be the play here. Keaton Mitchell's also got Derrick Henry in front of him. Which way would you go?
I would go White.
You'd go White?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the reason I say that is because you still have Lamar Jackson in Buffalo, who
You mean
could
in
steal some runs.
Baltimore?
What did I say?
Buffalo.
Buffalo?
That's
Yeah,
Josh Allen. You're
Baltimore.
thinking
Yeah,
of
no. In Baltimore, you have Lamar Jackson who could steal some runs. So I don't know that I trust Mitchell to get very many touches. I mean, you got Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson. I don't know that they're going to hand the ball off to Mitchell too many times. He's going to have to bust a tackle or two to be able to get those yards. So
Okay, so this might be the closest matchup of the week.
could very well be, and I'm going to let you pick first.
Yeah. Okay. So here's what I'm thinking. Bryce only needs a tight end and a flex, whereas Juan needs a running back, but just a running back. So adding a running back gets him up to maybe 110 points. Bryce, if he adds 2 players, is going to put him up ahead. I'm actually going to go Bryce this week.
Well, I think Cincinnati's going to shut down Buffalo.
Really? Get the upset?
So his top 2 guys are going to be useless. I don't see Achane getting 19 points. I know they're going up against the Jets, but I don't see 19 points out of them. Pickens being questionable. If he is hurt a little bit, maybe only sits around the 10-point mark, a touchdown and 40 yards. Aaron Jones, like you said, might not be playing. So, yeah, no, I'm going to go Juan for the win.
Okay. That leaves me with Bryce, you with Juan. It's a good little matchup we got going on here. We'll wait to see if Josh gets his selections in time. But that concludes this portion of the show. Let's move on to bets of the week.
Place your bets now! Come on, quick, bets!
Andrew, you selected last week's bet. It was this interesting dual wheels of death where we had to pick defensive stats. You came out on top. You won by 1 category over me. It's pretty wild.
2 categories over you.
2 categories?
Yeah, because I went 3.
You won in sacks, interceptions.
Yep. And
total fantasy points. Just 3. Those are your 3.
Yes.
I got lowest points against,
and that's it.
And that's it. And the rest we tied. Yeah, so I guess by 2. Yeah, interesting bet. It was very challenging. It was fun making selections. I found it quite comedic watching games and seeing, hey, I picked that team to get interceptions, but they're getting fumble recoveries. I picked that team to get sacks, and they're getting interceptions. And it's just like, come on, guys, what are you doing?
Yes. Like nobody in the sacks, fumbles, or interceptions.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody took off. Or even in the touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
But then you had there was one defensive team that got 2 touchdowns this week.
Really? I thought it was just Seattle with the 1 pick six.
No, there was I think there was a team that had a pick 6 and a fumble recovery for a touchdown.
Wow. Okay. All right. Missed that on those. All right. So that means you won. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You lead the series 10-3. It's my turn to pick. I picked a simple fantasy pick'em. We got to pick a quarterback, a running back, a wide receiver, a tight end, a flex, and a defense. And I did all of that while figuring out my son's swimming lessons tonight. So I really have not had a chance to look and see what we're actually going to be up against. So Fantasy rankings, week 14. Let's see, what are we looking at?
Oh, I guess I could do that.
That's essentially how I'm doing it. I'm looking up, saying, "Hey, what are some of the analysts out there thinking is going to be a good matchup? Who's going to do what?" Oh wow, yeah, there are some good choices.
Okay, just
Okay, well,
you gotta be kidding me. Oh, run by. That's why. Never mind.
yeah, don't pick by players; they don't get you any points. All right.
Well, no, I was looking at like the quarterbacks, and I'm like down to like 17, 18, and I haven't seen
Like
Drake May.
Yeah.
I'm like, he's the most consistent quarterback in the league right now. He's probably going to win the MVP.
You think Drake May is in the MVP running?
Yeah, especially
Really?
after last week.
Cool. Actually, you know what? While we're talking about it, NFL MVP race. Let's see who's in that list. MVP. Down to 2 players: Drake May and Matt Stafford.
Yes,
Oh wow.
the top 2 quarterbacks in the league right now.
Okay. Well, let's see.
Okay, so yeah, who are you gonna do? Oh, I guess because we're not using a wheel of death,
We are not. Do you want to institute the wheel?
Hey, this is your bet, man.
Okay.
Like I'm totally fine with just go to town, pick them.
Okay.
It's only one player of each.
Yep, and one flex
category and one flex, so
yep.
It's not like the chances are we were going to pick the same players anyway.
Yeah. I kept it simple. I guess I could make this thing ridiculously expansive. We have pick 2 quarterbacks and pick 3 running backs and pick 5 wide receivers. And
no.
That's a lot of tracking too, to have to like go back and monitor. So I'm gonna keep it simple. I'm actually gonna go Jackson Smith-Njigba as my first selection.
Really?
Yeah, that's my wide receiver. So you can pick anything else you want.
Oh, this game I think is probably going to be a blowout. So I'm picking Puka Nacua.
Puka Nacua.
Yes.
All right, you got your wide receiver. Let's see, where do I go here? Those are some tough matchups for those guys. Where do you go? Where do you go? I'm going to pick the Denver Broncos as my defense.
Okay. I'm going to take Jonathan Taylor as my running back.
Okay. I'm going to pick Jahmyr Gibbs as my running back.
I looked at him and I thought, I think Dallas's defense is a little bit better than Jacksonville's defense. So I was thinking Jonathan Taylor should get more points than Gibbs.
A definite possibility.
I am going to take. He's kind of slipped up the last couple of weeks. And this will be a bounce back week because they're still fighting for a playoff spot, aren't they?
Who are we talking about here?
I'm going to take Josh Allen as my QB.
Okay. I was considering that, but then I thought about my next pick, which is going to be James Cook. He's going to be my flex play.
Interesting.
Yeah, I figure Josh Allen does well when he has to put up points and keep points. Like when he has the lead, he's going to keep the lead. And I think they're going to rely on James Cook more than they will on Josh Allen.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm going to stay in the running game.
Ooh. Who are you going with?
I'm going to go HN.
The guy you didn't think was going to get 19 points?
I'm still questioning it, but for a flex spot, like Cooks is supposed to get 16. I'm going to put HN at about 17.
Yeah, I think HN could have a very good. He's going against the New York Jets.
Yes.
He's a good. Yeah, I think that's a good play. That leaves me with a need for a quarterback and a tight end. Tight end options. Let's have a look here. Trey McBride against the Rams. We got Brock Bowers versus Denver. I just picked them as my defense. Tyler Warren against Jacksonville. Travis Kelce against Houston. Yeah, some good defenses out there. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to risk it.
With a biscuit.
Yeah. Because, yeah, let's have a look here. I am torn between two tight ends. Ooh. Targets are there, receptions are there, but that's more targets. Yeah, I'll go Trey McBride.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I'll take Brock Bowers.
Okay. He was not in consideration for me. It was Tyler Warren, who was the
Against Jacksonville?
yeah.
That's not a bad one.
Because everybody's playing against a really good defense except for Tyler Warren. Tyler Warren, if Daniel Jones shows up this week, that could be a really good.
I thought about Harold Fanning
Mm-hmm.
against Tennessee. Nah.
Okay. So here's my quarterback dilemma. I think the quarterbacks that are going to put up points this week are guys that are going to be in shootouts, guys that are going to have to put up points because they can't stop points being put on them. So that means they got to be playing, they must have good offenses playing against bad defenses. And I'm literally staring at Thursday night's game between Dallas and Detroit. Both of them have A-plus matchups. Dak and Jared Goff can both have really big games this week, passing to really good passing options. Now, Detroit is diminished in the sense that they're missing Amon St. Brown versus CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens on the other side. But if I believe in Jahmyr Gibbs, and I think Isaac Tesla might actually get some work this week with Jameson Williams, I'm going to stick with my Lions, and I'm going to go Jared Goff. Who is your defense?
Still trying to figure that one out.
Well, the Bengals are playing against Buffalo.
Yeah, no.
Let's see.
Bagels are only projected to get like 3.59. If anything, I would have to look at Buffalo.
Oh, man. Let's see. What kind of crappy defenses I could throw out there? You could play Atlanta versus Seattle.
Again, I would probably.
Okay, come on. You could pick the Tennessee Titans against Shedeur Sanders in Cleveland.
Yeah, I'm going to take the team that got 32 points for their defense last week.
Ooh, who is that?
That will be the Seattle Seahawks.
And the Seattle Seahawks are playing who again?
You just mentioned it.
Atlanta. I had the other way around. Yeah, okay.
So Seattle right now is projected to get 8.44, which is probably one of the highest ranking defenses. Like Denver is expected, and they're a good defense, 867. I think we're close in every category.
Yeah. I have Denver with a projected of 12 points and Seattle with a projection of 9.6 in the from the resource that I'm using.
Okay, but we're using the score, or we're using Sleeper Poor Man.
Yes,
as our scoring
format. Yes. What this website does is it takes a couple different sources and says, "Hey, here's what everybody's saying," and then here's
but they're not using Poor Man, so
no Poor Man predictions, right?
That's right.
Yeah, no, that's just neat. Okay, so to quickly recap for everybody at home, my team is Jared Goff, Jahmyr Gibbs, Jackson Smith-Njigba, Trey McBride, James Cook, and the Denver Broncos. Yoda Clown, who do you got?
I got me the ball hog Josh Allen, the timeless running back Jonathan Taylor, the young gun Puka Nacua, the other young gun Brock Bowers, and the speedster Devon Achane, and the 32-point team Seahawks.
All right. Hoping even for another pick six.
Even if they just go the 12th man, like their flag says.
Yeah.
Get me 12 points. I'd be happy with that.
They have to pay a license to use that. Did you know that?
No idea.
Somebody else, a college team, actually owns the rights to the 12th man. Yeah. Okay. Well, that brings us to the end of this week's episode. Guys, it's week 14. There's only 2 weeks left before the playoffs start in this league. There's other leagues where it could be starting sooner depending on how many teams make. Only the top 4 in ours advance.
In Poor Man?
4 men, only the top 4 teams advance. In No Fun, it's the top 6.
Yes, that's right.
And then the most of Donnie's leagues are just the top 4.
That's why I'm on the outside looking in on almost all of them.
Because you're sitting at spot 5?
You bastard. In No Fun, I'm sitting at the cusp of 6.
So you're in by 1.
Yeah, but I lose again, but I'm on like a 3-game losing streak. Crazy Man, I'm sitting at 7. Simple, I think I'm sitting at 6. So I'm out of the playoffs by 2 spots. And then, yeah, poor man, I win out. Everybody ahead of me loses out. I'm tied for 5th. I might not be 5th because of points for, but I'm tied for 5th.
Hey, at least
Screw y'all.
At least you didn't lose by 0.3. 0.0. Yeah, 0.3. I lost by 0.3 in Crazy Man. I was kicking butt and taking names until Monday night. And the best part is we both had a player who touched the ball once and lost a fumble. So that for him, it was Zay Flowers. He got minus 1.4. For me, it was Chimera DK. He lost it. I got minus 1.6. But I had Amon St. Brown put up 0. And that did me in. Otherwise, I had the week. Exciting. So, guys, whatever league you're in, hopefully you're making the playoffs. Do your best. And if you didn't make the playoffs, try and play upset for somebody else.
Trade deadlines, keep that in mind too, guys.
But yeah, in most leagues, the trade deadline is week 14. So if you need to get a deal done, get out there and get it done. All right. From one format to another, remember, thank you for coming out and enjoying the show. We love having you here. If it's not fun, it's not worth doing. Good night, everybody.
Have a great week, everyone.
Welcome to the Poor Man Fantasy Football League podcast. And here are your hosts.